There's some humpbacks going right by us. I got fucking chills. Dude, it's right. Oh my god.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. This one is pretty epic, if I do say so myself, and quite possibly my best video to date. I hand harvest a giant Pacific octopus, see some crazy sea creatures, and you probably guessed it, had my first whale encounter in the Pacific Northwest. It was a dream come true. Oh yeah, I also made it back to Rocky Point and found more of your fishing gear. I think I'm upsetting some of my viewers with that one. If you enjoy the video, you know the routine. Give it a comment, like, and subscribe. Peace and love.
It's new glove day, thanks to Diving Sports. These are the Bow Shot 7mm lobster claws. They should keep my hands nice and warm. I also got these Spetten, I think is how you pronounce them, 5mm silver or titanium lining, basically open cell. They're also really warm. I've had like 2 or 3 sets of these, but should keep my feet warm today, hopefully, because it is cold outside. You're cheating, man. You got all geared up and everything. Didn't even tell me.
Every time.
That's true. I should have just assumed.
Dude, you got hair?
I know, man. Yeah, I'm growing it out. My wife hates it, but I'm doing it because she hates it. Let's be real.
Well, of course.
I know. Everyone's like, "You're bald." I'm not. Wow, man, that's gorgeous. What a morning. It was real nice. I dive in this general area quite a bit, but I don't dive here that much, to be honest with you. We're gonna be jumping in, exploring, looking for maybe some octos, bivalves possibly. You gonna harvest?
I didn't bring the gun, but if I see an octopus, I'd definitely get one of those.
Yeah, likewise. And just explore the Pacific Northwest. Have you swam out to that island before?
No, I haven't made it that far. I've gone almost halfway, and there's just so much current that goes.
Yeah, a lot of current and
boat traffic.
Boat traffic, exactly. Apparently there's schools of black rockfish out there. It was snowing this morning. There's no snow now. I was kind of hoping there was snow. So beautiful looking at the shoreline when it's all white. You're in the water with a good visibility, but yeah, it all melted. All right, I'm gonna gear up. I'll catch up with you eventually.
I used to really hate wintertime before I got into diving. Now I can't get enough of it. I look forward to the winter days in the summer, but I also love summer as well. I guess the trade-off to that is my life is going by really fast, which I know does happen with age, but also happens when you're having fun and good times 24/7. When we jumped in the water, got bombed by some sea lions. These two really curious, friendly guys honestly would not leave us alone. We were swimming out to deeper water, and we kind of expected them to just cruise off eventually, but that was not the case. As you can tell though, we had some epic conditions, probably some of the best visibility I've seen thus far in 2025. This was pretty neat. I had no idea sea lions could swim backwards like this. Who would have thought, eh? Pretty cool. I saw this action in the background. I'm assuming there was a bait ball there of some sorts. My goal was to dive down and get right in the middle of it, but this polychaete caught my eye and distracted me. By the way, in my last video, I called this a polyshut, so thanks to my subscriber that corrected me, polychaete. The sea lion here wanted to steal the show though. Was getting a bit jealous that I was filming that sea worm. They're really cool. I love these little sea worm, polychaete little things. If I was a fish, I'd definitely mow down though. They look pretty tasty from a marine creature's perspective, but they're really cool to see in the water like little spaceships.
Yeah, here's the deal, like these sea lions are bombing us. I just want to dive, to be honest with you. Like, don't get me wrong, it's cool, but like, we don't want this. They're coming up to us. I just want to go down and do a drop, but yeah, they can be intimidating.
You're coming, what, like 3 feet from us?
Yeah, man. I can see some shells out there. There might be an octo.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do a drop if they're bombing us.
So just a reminder here, intentionally swimming with marine mammals is prohibited. It's nearly impossible to avoid them, at least sea lions, when you're in the ocean though. On every dive I go on, whether it be the west coast, the east coast, northern island, southern island, I usually see sea lions or seals, and half the time they come up to us and we really have no say in the matter. The issue is when people go out there and intentionally seek these interactions, and then the sea lions get habituated and they put themselves into harm's way, and we definitely don't want to be part of that. So we did our best to ignore them.
I didn't get on camera, but like it tried to take a nibble at me or something. Like it wasn't maybe my weight belt.
I think it was your knife.
Was it? It's like up here by my thigh. Yeah. I don't want sea lions biting me. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, that one's a bit much.
I do find sea lions, for the most part, they'll come and check you out and then they eventually take off. That was actually the case here. We won the battle, but they ultimately won the war because they came back with more soldiers and eventually we had to make our way to shore. They did peace out for a little bit though, and it gave me a chance to do a few drops. I thought there was an octopus den down there, but it was just some shells miscellaneously scattered on the seafloor. That brought my attention to this massive sea star though. I think it was spawning. I'm not too sure what they're doing here, but always a pleasant sight, these massive purple or pink sea stars. I found another polychaete too. This time, no sea lions to distract me.
We have a mission. There's a lingcod egg mass with a bunch of green sea urchin devouring it. The lingcod's there. It kind of looked at me. I think it knew I was trying to help.
Now I said we're saving this lingcod egg mass, but all we really did is buy it some time. Poor guy watching his offspring just getting mowed down. There's so many green sea urchin in this area. This egg mass does not have a hope in hell, which is pretty unfortunate. And I know sea urchin will eat up all the kelp, but they also eat up the lingcod egg masses and other eggs in the area, so they're really devastating this whole entire spot. You can see here there's tens of thousands of sea urchin in the area. I wish we could come up with a hammer and just smash them up, turn them into seafood, but right now the DFO does not allow that. Hopefully in time they will. So Alex and I got a few drops in each, and I heard some screaming from up above, and I turned my eye and I see a sea lion, so they came back with vengeance like I said they would.
Where's a killer whale when you need one?
I said earlier in the video I don't like sea lions biting me, which I clearly don't, but at the same time, in all fairness, they're not really biting me, they're just kind of exploring with their mouths. That's how they interact. It became really clear though that these sea lions were not going to leave us alone, so we did the responsible thing and Alex and I decided to seek shelter in shallower water where they couldn't really bug us as much. The whole entire dive in to the shallows though, they followed us. I love these guys, they're really cool. This is their environment. We're guests in the ocean. This is their habitat, this is their home. So mad love to sea lions from me too.
Those like kind of wounds they have, the circular wounds, is that ringworms, or I wonder what that is from, or bites? If anyone has an idea, let me know.
So Alex told me to keep an eye out because he's seen octopus in habitat like this in the past. Less than a minute later, boom, there one was right in front of our faces. Now I know some people love octopus. I put a clock on the top left-hand side of the screen. You can fast forward this spot if you want. I went down there like Rambo, knife in hand, and got this guy by hand and pulled him right up to the surface. I didn't want to do the octo chomp on this guy because this was a massive octo, probably weighed 50 plus pounds easily, and it was extremely tough, and they're smart, so this guy did not want to go home with me, so he put up a fight. And my life is literally at risk when I hold my breath and grab these guys and bring them up to the surface. Giant Pacific octopus can also inject venom through their beak, so that's one more thing you have to be careful of when you're harvesting these guys.
It's a good size one.
What's that?
It's a good size.
Oh, it's giant. Let's took it to shore before a sea lion comes.
Yeah, sea lions love octopus, so I'm gonna keep an eye out for Chris while he wrestles this thing.
This is the definition of teamwork right here, so big shout out to Alex. He had my back. I would not be doing this solo, and I'm happy this octo was pretty shallow too. I couldn't imagine pulling this guy up from say 40, 50 feet. I think I was at maybe 15, 20 at most in this clip.
Nice work, dude. That's definitely bigger than I thought. It didn't look as big down there.
Octopus have a daily limit of 1 with a possession of 2. There is no annual limit. You're allowed to grab them by hand, hook and line. You can catch them in a trap. You cannot use a gaff. You cannot use a spear, and you're not allowed to use any chemical to harvest them either. I know people like to villainize octopus harvesters, but remember, I don't eat any store-bought seafood, store-bought meat. I guarantee you people that hate on me grabbing octo wouldn't be able to go to a pig with a knife in hand and take its life. I love octopus. They're one of my favorite creatures, but at the same time, they're very sustainable compared to other species that I often harvest, so no discrimination for me. This guy came home and it was a good meal.
I said jokingly, now all we need is some killer whales, and off in the distance we saw some blowholes, the spouts. There's a bunch of eagles like all over the place. You gotta wonder what they're mowing down on. Maybe a bait ball out there. But literally there's like 100, if not 200 eagles, all those birds, if you could see them. Yeah, man, like it's insane. Over there too. Yeah, it must be a good old pile of food for them to mow down on. Question is, are we gonna get swarmed by a killer whale? That'd be scary. Yo! Dude! They're right there. Holy fuck! There's some humpbacks going right by us. I got fucking chills. We can't intercept them. It's so fucking hard not to. Oh, we can watch from a distance. They might come by us. Whoa! Woo! Dude, it's right. Oh my god. Oh! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Oh! Dude! Dude! What? That is insane. That is crazy. That was life-changing experience. That was really cool. Ah!
So hard not to dive down on it.
Dude, I know, man. Holy sea lion. Wow. Who knew this would be the fucking day, dude? Hey, give me one of those.
Dude,
yeah.
Yes, right
dude.
place, right time.
That was cool.
That right there was probably one of the coolest experiences I've had in my 34 years being on planet Earth. I really hope the DFO doesn't give me a hard time about that one. I do try to lead by example. I wasn't too sure if I was going to post that clip, but it was too special of an experience not to. That happened as I'm editing this probably a week ago, and I'm still buzzing. I still get chills watching that footage and a big smile on my face, so I'm super stoked that happened. It was amazing. I think it goes without saying, but that dive was epic. That was awesome. That was probably my favorite dive I've ever been on, or at least the top 10, I'd say. Top 5 even, top 5. Right off the get-go, saving that lingcod egg mass, that was kind of fun. The sea lions, they were intimidating. They wouldn't leave us alone. Don't get me wrong, they're really majestic and awesome to watch swim around, but when they actually nibble on you and literally won't leave you alone the whole entire dive, that gets to be a nuisance. Don't get me wrong though, I still enjoyed it. It's still really fun. The highlight, obviously, those humpbacks that cruised by. That was amazing. We saw them from a distance and they were just swimming around. We just kind of hung out, let them do their thing. They went by us closer and closer, and then they kind of jetted off, and we got some footage from a distance, but then they made that right-hand turn and came and scoped us out. That was amazing. Oh, I can't believe that. That's something that I've been really wanting to experience in our local waters my whole entire life, and it finally happened today. And it was a natural encounter. We did not initiate anything there. I got raw footage to prove it all. That was really sweet day. That was really fun. We got this octo that we're gonna divvy up. Oh, that's another thing. We called it the, I forgot to mention the octopus. We even said right off the get-go, hey, we're gonna get an octo today, and it happened. So yeah, it was meant to be. It's meant to be. Thanks, man. That was amazing. That was a really fun dive. That was awesome, man.
My best dive ever. That was absolutely insane.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
I keep forgetting what all happened because there was so much, but like you got bit by a sea lion.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. We saved that lingcod, forgot about that, and yeah, the whales, like.
Dude, and
I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
And you're like, imagine whales, and then whales came
I know,
out.
man, I know. I did say killer whale, but still, yeah, man, I'm no complaints at all. All right, let's cut this bad boy up and go and dive in again tomorrow. Should be fun.
This thing is a beast. I put it up to my body and it's taller than I am. I'm 5'8". This guy is at least 6 feet tall. It's gonna make a solid meal, actually probably like 5 or 6 meals between Alex and I. Yeah, man, that's gnarly. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Yeah, and that thing's like
with his head sticking up.
Yeah, I'd say that's at least 6 foot.
6 foot octopus.
Crazy, dude. I know harvesting these bad boys is controversial, but these are not in any concern with their populations as opposed to lingcod or rockfish. One octo, like numerous meals. These things are short-lived for about 4 years. For that matter, I made my octopus dinner video, so you should check that out if you haven't already. But we're gonna split this in half and take 50% home each. Yeah, what an awesome day. What an awesome day. Thanks again, man.
Thank you, dude. That was insane.
Yeah, just give her outdoors. Make sure you check out Alex's YouTube channel.
Just give her, dude.
Yeah, just give her. Woo! Yo, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Yo. Gotta make the rounds. Gotta make the rounds. What's up, buddy? Yo. Kyle. And Dane, right?
Hey, nice to meet you,
Yo,
Chris.
what's up, man? Nice to meet you. Yeah, we're all here. Let's roll. So, it's pretty rough out.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. But you can tell the water clarity looks real good. We're gonna try to dive the opposite side of that rock pile there. We got snow, we got swell, we got bald eagles, we got sea lions, some seagulls. Your usual suspects of the Pacific Northwest. Should be good. It's not often we do this, but we decided to switch spots. We're gonna go to Rocky Point. Looks like a completely different climate, like super calm, sun's out. We look at Neck Point and it's huge, massive swell. Very surprising for the Strait of Georgia to see waves coming in to shore. Usually they're going down the strait, but it's not worth it. I wanted to leave my dive gear, camera gear on shore, and you know, I'm gonna have to leave everything in a really public area where I can walk away, so I figured might as well play it safe. A, I don't want to lose my gear, or B, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. It just becomes stressful. So plan B, Rocky Point.
This spot is marginally better, still crashing in a bit though. It's going to be choppy out there. Viz is looking good though, that's a positive. Bit of action over there, I don't know what's going on, but some bald eagles flying around. Probably a bait ball of some sorts. That could mean another, oh there we go. That could mean more whales.
Now I just want to clarify something. The conditions were rough, but I've dove off the west coast of Vancouver Island in massive swell. It was rough for the Strait of Georgia, but I can handle this stuff no problem.
Pretty narrow out right now. You got some? Yeah. Woo. Fishing lures everywhere.
Diving in big groups like this, it's really hard to keep an eye on each other. So when I'm sketched out, it's not necessarily for my own safety. I'm more worried about the safety of other people. And I find it really hard to relax when I can't see my dive buddies. So it just takes the fun away. I shouldn't be saying this, but sometimes I do prefer to dive solo because I only have to look out for myself. I love partnering up with people and being people's safety, but it is a very, very stressful thing some days when you can't see each other and you dive down and you come up and you're like, hey, where's so-and-so? And you haven't seen them for a while, and eventually their head pops up. But it's one of those feelings where your heart just sinks. It's not enjoyable any way, shape, or form. I had a dive buddy go missing on me once for roughly 10, maybe even 15 minutes. I eventually found him, but I have a bit of lingering post-traumatic stress from that, to be honest with you. If he had disappeared, if he had not resurfaced, I don't know what I'd be doing right now, but I'd probably be hanging up my fins because it'd be hard to dive after that. So even right here, like you can see, I can see my buddies when the swell calms down a bit, but in between those sets, it's really, really difficult. This spot is awesome for fishing lures. I don't know what it is, but if I mention fishing lures in the title or description, my views seem to skyrocket, so we'll see what happens with this video. Diving for lures, for me, it's kind of fun, it's enjoyable. It's kind of like an Easter egg hunt. I can see why people are interested in the content. I'm not overly passionate about it, but I do like giving back to the environment, picking up all the lead, all the plastics that's on the lures, and some of the fishing line that goes along with it. I'm really horrible at multitasking. I came here with the intention of not looking for lures though, believe it or not. I just wanted to film the anemones, film all the life. But when you see one and pick it up and you see another and you see another, it's just hard to do anything but look for fishing lures. I am going to come back here on scuba and grab all the fishing line, and this was on the deeper side of things, probably 12, maybe 13 meters, and I want to come down there with scuba tanks and look around in detail. And another reason I want to come here on scuba is because doing this stuff on breath hold isn't always the safest. You can see all this fishing line I was getting wrapped up in. I had a big old rat nest to pull off the bottom from this clip right here. I think the guy's name is Benjamin. I say this later, but here you go, Benjamin. I'm grabbing the fishing line for you. I'm not just grabbing the valuable lures that I plan on donating for conservation. I know I shouldn't let people like that get to me, and I don't for the most part, but when haters try to hate, I might as well set them in their place, right? You can't blame me for that. I totally understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but come on, you know, give me a break when I'm trying to help out at least. Check this out, that little scalping. I saw this while editing. I missed it when I was in the water.
Straight up fishing rod. That's awesome. Dude, gnarly.
I'm all ears. If you have any recommendations on places I should be diving, whether it be offshore or maybe a pinnacle that you take your boat to, you can send me a message via Instagram and email, or if it's a spot that you don't mind sharing publicly, you can also comment in the description. Don't give away your fishing spots though, that's not my intention. And if you tell me a spot in private, I'll go out there and I won't publicize it, that's for sure. This one here, Rocky Point, everybody knows Rocky Point, and I feel like the more freedivers that are aware of it, the more people that see this footage, the more people there will be out there collecting fishing gear. By the way, in my last dive here, I saw a lingcod egg mass. It was covered in line, and unfortunately that lingcod egg mass, RIP, it is also gone. Could have been a sea lion, maybe an angler caught it, but the eggs are gone, the lingcod's gone, which was a bummer. The spot's really cool though, not just the lures, but I do need to come back here once it's finally clean and focus my attention on all the beauty. There's cool vegetation. I saw, Garrett saw that Puget Sand King crab, a little juvenile one. That sculpin was awesome. I did see a few lingcod and rockfish. This spot has a lot of potential, not just for lure diving, but just for exploring. It's a hidden gem, if I do say so myself. Hidden gem in the diving world. Although my intentions on this dive were to film around, yeah, I ended up just grabbing probably 30 or 40 fishing lures, probably more than that. But I did manage to get a couple clips, this moon jelly with the awesome visibility, and a lingcod. I found a lingcod. This guy would have been undersized, plus the season's closed, but still a cool sight.
Solid haul, Maddie, with a fishing rod. Got probably another, I don't know, 30, 40 lures, probably more than that actually. Dane got a solid pile too. You said first bottle, right? Pure stubby?
Yeah, that's right.
Despite what I think the guy's name is William is saying, I'm cleaning up the line too, so f you, dude. Yeah.
Octopus are delicious, but they're massive amounts of work, not just to harvest, but prepare as well. I bought a tenderizer and spent about 5 minutes pounding this guy out, and it made a real big difference. I also put it in some hot water, simmered it for about 30 minutes. If you put it in slowly, it coils up. Pretty neat. I've been really enjoying the campfire cookout, so this cast iron skillet will do awesome with the solo stove. Gotta take advantage of the campfires before the fire bans kick in come spring.
This axe is awesome, or hatchet I should say. Thanks again, Beavercraft. Check out the website. They get awesome tools, a lot of cool equipment. If you're an outdoorsman and you do not have a solo stove, I would highly recommend getting one. This thing is awesome. And no, this is not sponsored content, but praise is due. I got the Octopus all tenderized. I'm gonna do it on the cast iron skillet. It's gonna turn out real good. Got a solid chunk of butter on there, probably more than we need, but hey, gonna use some parsley, some pepper, and some rock salt. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's hot enough, but yeah, butter. What do you think, Reefy? Is that smelling good? You like some Octo? I think he wants some too. That's why I love this thing so much. Just sneak a bit of wood in there and it keeps going. You don't even need that much wood. It gets this thing nice and hot, like perfect temperature to cook.
Nice grill marks in there. My first time using this cast iron skillet. My mom got me this for Christmas. Thank you, Mom.
No, it turned out good? Awesome. Here we go, bottoms up. Yeah, I think that's like perfect. What do you think? Did it turn out good? Mm-hmm. Best one yet? Mm-hmm. I think so, hey?
Yeah.
That's cool, it's
Better
awesome.
than the barbecue.
Definitely. Hey, wait, do you want to try a piece? You want to try a piece?
Well, Mom, you know what would have been really good on it? Everything spiced. Oh, yeah.
This is good.